Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I apologize for the late upload. I've been super busy this week, but we're back on track, so let's get into this. So this takes place in 2019 in high school. This was my senior year. It was a really nice day, everything was going normal, I was going through all my classes, but then I get to math class, right? So we're sitting in math class, and this was my free hour because I had 1 hour where I could do whatever I wanted all year, okay? So I chose that as math class. And I was sitting there, I was making music and all this stuff because at that time my mom had gotten in touch with some producers for a record label, and their producers taught me how to drive at the time because I was learning how to drive. So I would, at the end of my driving lessons, I would always get taught a new lesson about music in some sort of way, and by the end of it, they gave me an offer. So I made songs and beats and all this other stuff for them. It was really cool. While all this was going on, I was still in high school having to do homework and all this other stuff. My life was really crazy. But my first realization on what haters were, I already knew what bullies were, right? But my first real realization on what haters were was when I was in high school, and it was math class. So I was sitting in math class with my headphones on. I was making music for this company that I was an apprenticeship for. My song the previous night had just gotten 50,000 views. It was awesome. I had never seen growth like that before in my life. And this kid on the other side of the class decides to scream, "Hey, your song sucks!" And I was like, "Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it." Like, trying to play it off and all that. It made me realize something. It made me realize that, hey, he's the same age as me, right? He's the same. I didn't take revenge or anything, but there's a principle behind that. Anyway, he's the same age as me, and he's talking trash on me for doing something different than he is. Later on in life, while I was going to get food one day with some friends, I step out of the car, and I'm going to this one food spot. And he's in this food spot, and he comes up to me, and he apologizes for what he had said back when we were in high school. Now, this was just a couple of years ago. And that made me realize why it's important not to take revenge on people. Because you never know what is going to play out later in the future. Because say I would have taken revenge on him, right, when I was in high school, maybe he wouldn't have said sorry later. But he said sorry, so I forgive him. And everything is all good. So we're all chill with that. Everything was all good. The rest of the night was good. And, I went back home, ate my food with my friends. We watched a movie and all that. It was pretty chill. But yeah, that was my first real deal experience in understanding what a hater was. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, comment, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.